Coming up this week,
we'll be discussing survival tips and my lovely fiance's breasts. Hi, I'm Matt. Parenting is hard, but do you know what? I've got some questions.
And I'm Dan. Maybe I've got the answers. Welcome back to another episode, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dan, and this is Ramblings of Dad Men. See, I can get it right. Matt, joining me as always, still fucking that up, and I think we've been doing this for nearly a year now. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, apparently winging it is. Yeah, I still need a script after nearly a year.
Yeah, I mean, how does Paddy McGuinness do this every week, eh?
Teleprompters,
yeah.
And lots of trust.
Yeah, lots of experience. I don't know why I thought Paddy McGuinness then, to be honest. He's the first person that came into my head, but, you know, no likey, no lighty.
Nothing because we sound like him, no.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there is maybe to that. He's from Double, isn't he? So,
is it?
Yeah, I believe so. So it's not like he's from Posh Bulls, then. He's from a really rough part of Bullard. Oh, well, I don't know about you, but I am knackered and I am, like, aching. I've been doing a lot of work at the minute and doing a lot of moving around stuff. And I just feel like I don't have any legs anymore. How about you?
I think that happens to most of us when we actually admit that we're getting old. I feel it, but for different reasons. So we've been to the Lake District this week, or last week.
Oh,
yeah. Had a little cheeky trip to the Lake District, and as everybody does when they're a Lake District, did a lot of walking. Went on the steamer for the first time across Ullswater.
The steam? Oh, right, yeah, the little, yeah, I know what you mean. That's quite cool.
Yeah, it was actually. It was the first time I've ever been on it. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. There we go. It was the first time we've ever been on it, and it was quite a good experience, to be fair. I don't know what else I could say about it. I mean, I highly recommend it. Probably something that you could only do maybe once or twice. We did go on different boats, and on the way out, it was a bit more touristy. We sat up top, sheltered, and there was a recorded audio playing of, on your left, you will see a building that was once used by Charles Darwin.
I love stuff like that. I'm such a geek. Like,
on the way back, we didn't get any of that, and it was basically just like a boat taxi. So, swings and roundabouts, we had two different experiences. But, wow. Yeah, that was good. It was really good.
Bit of a change of scenery and a bit of yeah, I get it. It's nice. That's not been ours. Like, we did not have a relaxing bank holiday weekend at all. And to top it off, Robin decided to be up since 4:30 this morning.
Wow.
So
she's been celebrating platitudes in the right way.
Oh God, yeah, it is. Yeah, I've got a headache, but unfortunately it's not from hungover. We had, in fact, actually, it was from 2:30. To be fair, we think she's got a bit of a cold, and she probably just couldn't settle. So we ended up just taking it in turns last night. Again, so it just got to the point where we ended up sleeping in another cot, just in another room. So Becky did from 2 till 4:30, and she was like, right, you're up. I did 4:30 till 7 o'clock, and then Becky took over in the morning. I tried to get another hour. She was just a bit relentless today, but, you know, that's what babies are, isn't it?
Yeah. They are, passion killers, but also sleep killers.
Yeah. But they're just so cute, though, aren't they? That's the problem. Like, they smile at you, and then it's all fine. Like, it's like a secret weapon they have, isn't it?
Yeah, but that only works so many times. I think it's about when the coffee runs out that smiling just stops working.
Yeah, the beer bottle's just getting slightly bigger now. I've upgraded to like the 660 mils beers. Like, then it'll be like the vodka. Then it'll be. I'm sure it won't be. But yeah, it's why she's still cute and she can get away with it. But there was a we were doing a bit of a job, some jobs in the house yesterday, and Robin had to go to grandparents for a little bit, like because of the jobs that we're doing, it meant that both me and Becky needed to like concentrate, and you can't really leave a 6-month baby alone, can you? So she had to gently just go away for a little bit, and everything was fine. Our cousins, not our cousins, her cousins were there, our Adam's kids, and yeah, they were good little babysitters. So well done. They decided
on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you actually contemplate like just going to sleep for a couple of hours?
If I had time, we probably would have. Honestly, I think I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. We had a couple of hours break from Robin. I say that really harsh, but I don't mean it like that. Like, we just had a few hours away and it was really quiet, and we just went to the cinema. Like, just like sat down in a dark room for a little bit. It was just what the doctor ordered.
I remember George, the first time Georgia stayed over anywhere. It wasn't the first time actually, but it was like she went through a period where she didn't sleep over anywhere, and it must have been 2.5. Anyway, she stayed over one of the grandparents, and me and Beck did exactly that. We went out, had a meal, 10:30, taxi home, and we just went to sleep.
Yeah.
It was just, yeah, we need an early night. That's it. Went to sleep, woke up at 9:30 the next day, fully refreshed, ready to attack the next 2 years of not sleeping.
The next 2 years. Oh God. The problem is though, Robin's not so bad. You can kind of entertain her for 2 or 3 minutes or something like that. And then she might fall back asleep, she might not. But then when Flossie hears Robin doing a little thing, she wants to come in and have a little poke. So she's up at like 5:45 half the time as well. And then she just wants to be part of the family, which, not that she isn't part, but she just wants to be part of everything that's going on in our room because Robin's still sleeping with us at the minute. And she just wants to be part of the gang. So she's in. She wants to watch a tablet, but also wants to talk to mummy.
Yeah.
Oh, but it is.
The best part is Flossie will grow out of that, but Robin will inherit that getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, funnily enough, right. So I was talking to my brother about this now, and so we went to see my brother yesterday, and they were at my mum's, and obviously Robin's cousins were there, who are going on for 9 and 11, and basically Adam was just saying that they're now in their own little. They don't want to do anything in the mornings. They're quite wanting the lies in and slowly turning into little teenagers.
Yeah.
Do you know? I just realised that I've got another 10 years of this yet, and I'll be pushing 50. Oh.
I mean, I didn't want to say that out loud, but yeah, you're thinking about going again.
I know.
Is it really worth it?
Well, I mean, Becky was looking at dogs the other day, so maybe it's a conversation to have in a couple of years' time.
That's exactly what I did. Let's not have another kid. Let's get a dog instead.
Oh, but I think that's the one thing. It has been a little bit, not that I'm old or anything like that, because you see people having kids in the 40s now and stuff like that, but having the energy 10, 12 years ago, I could imagine that being more advantageous. A bigger advantage, isn't it? You might not have the common sense that I do now, but I do have the back.
I think that makes you appreciate just that much more, though. Like these people who are having kids at 40 and 50, just how much of a mentalist those guys really fucking are. Like, do they understand what they're letting themselves in for?
Well, you know what? I'm still enjoying it. I'm not moaning. I like getting up. It's putting me in a decent routine, to be fair, actually, But yeah,
Lies.
just
Lies.
it's just a struggle sometimes, but it's good. Oh, well, I tell you what, I was just looking on actually. It's something that I may have looked at ages ago, or something that I may have looked at 3 minutes before. You, whichever one you want to do, that's absolutely fine. And it's just about the new dad survival guide. So honestly, one of the things that this whole podcast was about, a survival guide, I guess, and a bit of a weekly journal, weekly diary for the kids to listen to when they get older. And I'm sure they'll be very, very embarrassed of us. But I just wanted to talk about a couple of um, the steps in the survival guide, and maybe just reflect on what I've had to do, and maybe about the things that are yet to come, and if there's any funny little stories we can get out of that.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, for everybody else's benefit, we've both got the link open, and there's 101 tips, or at least there's supposed to be tips. And you're going to get it live. We're going to flick through it by number. We're not going to go through all 101, but pick out a few, and well, let's see what happens.
Well, I mean, just to before we start taking this and trying to be a little bit funny with it, what the one that comes up to me straight away is that bonding may not be an instant thing, and that's totally okay. That's not so much with me, but so from a personal perspective, is Robin obviously doesn't. Robin prefers mummy, and there's a reason for that. As obviously she's the milk maker, isn't she? And she's getting a little bit better. But one of the leaps that she went through recently, and I would talk about these leaps quite a lot, is that she started to notice when mummy and dad aren't around, and if they're not around, she'll start getting a little bit upset. She'll look for us. For example, if she's in a bed and we're I don't know if Becky's doing a makeup and Robin can't see her so much, she'll start to cry. But obviously, when I try and pick her up, she'll still want mummy. And I get that's a thing. But sometimes, I mean, there's times that I thought, oh my God, I can't do anything to help her. And I feel not so much useless, but I feel like she's not the person. I felt inadequate, I guess. Does that relate to you in any way? And not that, look, I completely understand that what Robbie wants is she wants comfort from milk, and she likes the smell of mum, I guess, for want of a better word. But that kind of related to me. It's a bit better now, and it's really nice that she's getting to the age where she's kind of coming in for cuddles a little bit more, and she's noticing you. But that's something that I definitely related to. I don't know if that's something that you had.
Yeah, no. I suppose no, not in the early days. There was that bond there, and it was always, with all, it was always just a kid. So
yeah,
there was that bond there.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, I bonded with her straight away. Like
yeah. No,
I looked at her. I thought,
saying,
oh my God, this is parent. That I'm now a dad. This is the most amazing thing in the world. But yeah, in terms of, I was not worth it in Robin's case, at least for the first bit.
No, I think I'm seeing it more now, to be honest. So the flip side of what you're suggesting.
All right.
So as George is growing up, she wants to spend more time with Beck, doing the things that Beck does, like going shopping and taking, grandparents out and stuff like that. She wants to do more of that kind of thing. That's fine. Whereas Callum's more at that, wants to exercise and do stuff that, is more my thing.
Right.
So he's sort of very much in my world at the minute, and George is very much in Beck's world. but I think Georgia will hit that one. She has said it a lot, and she's watched me exercising and wants to join in, and she has done a few times. So I think as she gets a little bit older, that may become a thing, and then that'll just be our thing that me and her have got together.
Yeah.
So, I can see there's certain things that each of the parents bring to the table, but there was never the kids never only wanted one person.
Okay.
So yeah, but I know it does happen. A couple that jumped out at me, like quite towards the top, which I thought were quite funny, where the nappy changing is a bit relentless. Like nappies only poo, kids only poo in a clean nappy. 100% true, and that is, I will stand by that. Georgia would only shit in a clean nappy.
And I don't know how Robin does it, but she's got this weird consistency. Like, yeah, it's consistency. So whenever you put a new nappy on, she always shits through the nappy. So all her clothes are soaked, and then you don't have to change the nappy. You have to change the fucking clothes, and then before you know it, you've changed that 4 times. And it's like she does. And do you know what the worst thing is? Is that she's laughing at you as well. It's like she knows.
The worst one that I ever saw with Georgia, like we knew she'd pooed, but didn't know the viscosity or the layer of how bad it was until we sort of seen it creeping up the top of her, like near her. Like,
oh dear.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, let's go and get it changed. And yeah, that was the. Yeah, you take that off and then you see it's all up the back. You've got to completely change everything. It's George is going to hate the fact that I've just said that out loud, but it happens to every kid. You know,
we will record this and we will send this to your 18th birthday party, Georgia, just so you know. We've got this saved. We've got a calendar invitation already.
Another one that jumped out.
Go on.
I was going to say another one that jumped out was the doorbell is not your friend.
Oh, I've seen that one. The doorbell is not your friend. Do you know what the worst thing is? Is that if you order something from Amazon or you order something from Hermes, they don't fucking wait around anymore now. So they just, they just throw it in your yard these days, don't they? It's like they don't realise.
So I had the fear of this, like when Georgia was born, I remember having this massive fear of like, it's got to be silent. Like, I don't want anyone to even knock on the door. But if anyone's coming round, text me, let me know, and then I'll look through the window and let you in. One of the health visitors actually said, like, no, it's good for them to have like background noise. So I put the Hoover on, put the TV on when they're asleep, and they'll get used to that. And then they'll become naturally heavy sleepers. Because if you don't, the opposite happens. Like, they become light sleepers. So like my fear of like not wanting people to knock on the door was actually going to create
a hindrance.
Yeah. So I think that was something I learned. And with Callum, he was very much naivety, didn't know any different. And he sleeps through, well, his alarm was going off yesterday right next to his head on his phone for 3 fucking minutes. And I could hear it in another room on another floor. So just to put this out there, it was fucking loud. And he slept through it. So it's not affected him. But yeah, no, I just thought that one just jumped out at me as something that I thought was interesting. That people naturally, and you do, don't you? Like, oh, I've got a kid, don't kick the shit out the door like delivery drivers do. But
yeah, I tell you something that really stuck for me, and not well. There's two things. One that might you might relate with, and one that I haven't any idea of how to deal with yet. So we'll talk about them. One is the car is your friend.
Yeah,
really isn't for me. Really isn't. Robin hates the car. Hates the car. As soon as you put her in a car seat, like you scream. She's not too bad in a pram, so it's a lot of walks for us. But in the car, she hates it.
That's interesting.
There's a lot of things about. Apparently, when I was a baby, they used to just throw me in the car at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was asleep. A lot of babies are like that, aren't they?
I can safely say I've never gone out at 3 o'clock in the morning. But what I can say is that used to be my go-to last thing at night. Right, you go in the car, take it for a quick drive, and that drive got consistently longer and longer to the point where I remember once actually I was driving around with Callum for a solid hour, and I clocked him in the rearview mirror, fucking wide-eyed, and I'm like losing my shit. I'm like, joking, let's fucking sleep. And that was it at that point where I was like, right, I'm gonna have to try something else. And same happened with Georgia. Like it was that motion. She used to go to sleep, great, but as soon as you stop the car, eyes pinged wide the fuck open. Like just completely counterproductive. But there is something to do with that motion.
Yeah, that like it,
like a rocket.
I remember the engine vaguely sounding like when they were in utero as well. So maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know where I read that up. Same kind of reason why they like Hoovers or vacuums. Robin's got these things that she likes listening to Becky's voice at night time, and Becky just says this one thing over and over again where she's like, I mean, I do my bit as well. Like, don't get me wrong, I do try. But Becky goes, Mummy's here. Mummy loves you. Mummy's here. And it seems to calm her down. And as soon as she stops, like she'll start crying again. So we reckon we must have heard this about 300,000 times in the past. Doesn't work so much for Daddy, but
I was just going to say you should try. Daddy's here. Fucking hell! Ah!
But so for me, funny enough, she will go to sleep on me, but I have to be walking her. I have to be patting like a little back, and I have to be like singing a song as well. So I don't realize that. I don't know why that is the case. Maybe some experts might be able to tell us why she settles differently for both of us, but it's just a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And I tell you what, it's pointing out to me, and maybe this is something that we could talk about. Teething, like brushing your teeth, is going to be difficult. So Robin's not. I mean, she is teething. She's very dribbly. She's putting a lot of things in her mouth to try and soothe her, but she hasn't had a tooth yet. So as soon as one little Peggy comes out, it's teeth cleaning time. I believe that is fun times for all.
It will be, because, well, think about it, right? Everything that you've that action, that motion of I've got this long stick thing that's going in your mouth, they think it's food. They think you're feeding them. So as they bite on that, they think they're fucking trying to like eat the shit out of it. There's no like staying still, and until they become, I'd say maybe 18 months, 2 years, when they can take instructions properly. Maybe a bit younger, but when they can actually take
a bit older,
yeah,
like 25 or something like that.
No, then they definitely don't take instructions. That it's harder to brush the teeth, but I think they'll just get used to that motion. So I think you'll have a couple of weeks of training, perhaps. Yeah. Be fine. You won't be spitting out any things like you brush your teeth and you spit out the stuff afterwards. It'll be straight swallowed. So that'll be interesting.
I never thought we'd say that on a dad podcast. Oh God, we can't even edit that out either, can we?
No. Your fingers are going to go well safe now.
Yeah. Let's do one more and then fuck off quick, eh?
Here's one for you. You may see a lot of boob, but they're not for you.
Oh my God, I can totally relate to that. I
never did any breastfeeding, so I never really experienced that.
Well, I can, and let me assure you that they're all Robins at the minute, and because obviously that they're being used, let's say, every time I try and go there, she's like, "Don't touch it." No, not that I go there very often, but like, oh, I'm digging myself a deeper hole there. But let's just say they're very sensitive at the minute. But I
See, this is right. So this is something you can teach me. When are you planning to breastfeed up until?
I know Flossie was breastfed until she was 14 months.
Okay.
I know Becky probably doesn't think she's going to go that far this time. And Robin's a really, really, really good eater as well. She eats everything. And so, truthfully, I don't know. I think that's a decision for Mum to make, really.
I suppose it becomes a little bit riskier when they do get teeth.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's got a gummy bag, I'll tell you that. She really does. Like, she'll go on your hands and she'll try and, like, gnaw onto your knuckles or something like that. And it's quite a strong grip. So, I mean...
Like feeding a little crocodile.
Oh, God, yeah. So, the state of Becky's boobs, I can just imagine, and not in a good way. I mean, they're lovely, they're brilliant. I'm very lucky, they're fantastic, but I think they just get so. Hi, Becky, love you.
This has now just become like 30 minutes about Becky's tits. Another thing I never thought I'd say on a podcast.
Yeah. I will tell you a story about how she fed Robin once. Like, so we were. It was just when we were going on holiday, actually. We were picking Flossie up from school and then going straight from holiday. So it's a few weeks ago. And we got to the school fairly early. Robin seemed a little bit dissettled. So, right, we've got 15 minutes before Flossie finishes school or something like. I'll give her a quick feed now. And she did, and was in the car, and she whapped everything out to try and feed her. And I was in the passenger seat. I wasn't driving. Robin came off the boob. And I'm not joking. It was like a nerve gun of milk just shot in my face. Like, and the worst thing is, like, Becky was like, "Oh, no. And then it happened again." Oh, funny. Oh, yeah. Maybe we should bring her on and talk about the breastfeeding thing. But do you know what? Robin is, she's getting a lot from the breast, I guess. But I would assume that it would only be another 6 months or so. But that's probably something for her to decide, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Let's pick a couple more. Get the doctor on speed dial. I mean, it seems pretty obvious. You sort of have that there. Yeah, you're going to fret a lot. I suppose I'd say that's probably more have what they call the maternity nurses, what they called, fucking hell, health visitors. There you go. Have them on speed dial or save up a list of questions for when they visit.
Oh, this is something. The moment one of your arms gets freakishly strong. Any relative, like, after holding, milk feeding and carrying, did you try to use your left hand to even it out a little bit, or?
Yeah, I mean, most boys who go through a heavy teenage period have naturally got one arm stronger anyway.
Well, exactly, that's what I'm saying. To
That's not going to get edited out. But no, I think no, I didn't feel like I did anyway.
I definitely favour. So when I'm carrying Robin, I definitely favour my left hand to take a weight. So I feel like there's been a bit more achy there, but that could just be things in general.
I'll tell you one thing. I may have mentioned this in previous episodes, but one thing that did stick with me, and I found myself doing this like just in random cues without Georgia. I used to sort of do like a bit of a side-to-side rocking motion. Like you go side to side and you just gently bobbering forward and backwards, like an up and down pattern. And I used to do that to sort of rock her to sleep, like in my arms, and you give that motion almost like the car motion thing. And when we didn't need to do that anymore, or when I'd gone out and I was in a queue somewhere, I'd find myself still doing that swaying motion from side to side, as though it was just ingrained in my brain. And apparently that's a thing. Like I've spoken to a few other people and they've done exactly the same. It just becomes like second nature. Weird.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like you'll be. Well, that's it. Like I sing to Robin quite a lot, and sometimes I can't help singing to myself, and then I forget. Oh no, I hate this song. I've sung it 300 times now.
I'll be riding shotgun.
So, and on that note, honestly, shotgun's the worst. George Ezra, please stop.
Why do you keep singing it?
I can't stop. I can't do it. So I think we should end that for now. That was quite a good little recap.
Yeah.
There's 101 to go through, so we might look at this again. But yeah. Yeah.
See, this is like people are getting the raw version of how shit we are at co-hosting.
Do you know what this is? This is 4:00. Matthew, sleep deprived.
Just said you've had an extra hour.
Well, yeah, I did. Sorry. So 5:00, Matthew. So unbroken sleep, Matthew. He's rocking. So he's not at his best today. But yeah, like, thank you for everyone that's listening. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun. We'll pick this up. We're only about a third of the way through the list, so we'll do this again. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.